I never expected to overhear my own family tearing me apart as if I were nothing. It all started with a simple mistake, or maybe fate had decided I needed to hear the truth. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this event. My older sister, Flora, had discarded her old phone when she upgraded to a new one, and since mine was barely holding together, I started using it. I didn't even think to wipe it clean. One night, as I lay in bed scrolling, a notification popped up. Group chat, family priority. A chat I had no idea existed. Curiosity got the best of me, and I tapped on it. Flora! Ugh, she's so pathetic. She'll always put us first, even when we treat her like trash. Mom, that's what she's for. She's never had a backbone, just like her father. Flora, it's actually hilarious. She works extra shifts to help with bills, but she never does anything for herself. Mom, because she knows she's not worth more than that. Flora, I bet if we asked, she'd give up her college fund to help with my wedding. Mom, we should test that. The screen blurred as tears burned my eyes. My fingers trembled as I gripped the phone. They were laughing at me, mocking me. The people I had spent my entire life sacrificing for, staying up late to cook dinner when Mom was too tired, giving Flora money when she needed it, always putting them before myself. And they thought I was pathetic for it. I clenched my jaw, forcing down the lump in my throat. My body shook, but not from sadness anymore. From rage. They thought they had me trapped. They thought I'd keep taking it forever. I let them believe it, until the moment I walked away for good. For the next few days, I pretended nothing had changed. I still helped cook, still picked up extra hours to make sure the bills were paid, still nodded and smiled when Flora whined about her wedding plans. But inside, I was done. Every word they spoke was like knives scraping against my skin. Every fake smile made my stomach turn. I wasn't part of this family. I was their servant, and they had no idea I knew it. Then, one evening, Flora came home practically glowing. I found the perfect wedding venue, she announced, dropping into the chair beside me. I feigned interest. Yeah, but there's a problem, she pouted. It's a little out of budget, but I was thinking you wouldn't mind chipping in, right? Mom chimed in without hesitation. You don't need college right now, honey. Flora's wedding is more important. I stared at them. The audacity. They had already decided I would hand over the money. But I just smiled. Of course, because they had no idea what was coming. That night, I pulled up my bank account and transferred every single penny out of my college fund into a new account under my name only. Then I made a plan. For the next few weeks, I did exactly what they expected of me. I played the perfect, obedient girl. I made their lives easy. I even let Flora cry to me about her dress fittings, her guest list, her extravagant wedding cake. But behind the scenes, I was preparing to leave. I started selling off things they wouldn't notice missing. Old jewelry, handbags, anything of value. Every dime went into my new account. Then, I got the final piece of the puzzle, a job offer. Far away, a place where they couldn't reach me. My escape. The breaking point came sooner than I expected. One evening, Flora stormed into my room, eyes blazing. You haven't sent the money for the venue yet. I feigned confusion. Oh, I thought I did. She scowled. Check again. Mom called the place. They haven't received the payment. Mom appeared in the doorway, arms crossed. We need that money now, sweetheart. This isn't about you. Something inside me snapped. I rose to my feet, feeling something dangerous settle inside me. I don't have the money anymore. I said, my voice even. Flora paled. For what? For me. For the first time in my life, I watched panic creep across their faces. Mom stepped forward, voice sharp. That money was for the family. I laughed, actually laughed. You mean it was for Flora? Their silence was answer enough. That was the moment I walked away for good. They screamed. They begged. Flora's shrieks rang through the house. How could you do this to me? Mom's voice was shaking. Where are you going to go? You don't have anywhere else. But they were wrong. I grabbed my packed suitcase, the one they had never even noticed sitting in my closet, and slung it over my shoulder. I got a job, I said calmly. I have my own place. I don't need you anymore. I had never seen my mother look so afraid. Not of losing me, of losing her punching bag. I walked past them out the door, into a life where I finally mattered. Silence. That was all they got from me. After years of being their doormat, after sacrificing everything for them while they mocked me behind my back, I had finally stopped playing along, and now they were unraveling. The first night away from them felt strange. For the first time in my life, there was no one demanding something from me. No one calling my name to do their chores, fix their problems, or give up my dreams for theirs. Just silence. And it felt incredible. I sat in my small apartment, a space that was completely mine, and let out a breath I hadn't realized I was holding for years. But I wasn't naive. I knew they wouldn't let me go so easily. The messages started pouring in the next morning. Mom, you're being selfish. Flora, how could you abandon your family? Mom, you'll regret this. I ignored them all. Then the call started. At first, I sent them straight to voicemail. But then, my boss called me into his office. Your mother has been calling the company. His expression was unreadable, claiming there's a family emergency. Of course, she was trying to ruin this for me. I forced a calm smile. There is no emergency. My mother just doesn't like that I'm finally living my own life. He studied me for a moment, then nodded. I figured, don't worry, we won't be entertaining any more of her calls. That was the moment I knew I had truly escaped. But they weren't done. One night, as I was coming home from work, I spotted Flora standing outside my building. Her arms were crossed, face twisted in anger. Are you serious? She snapped the moment she saw me. I sighed. What do you want, Flora? You stole from me. I blinked. Excuse me. The college fund, she seethed. That money was supposed to help the family. I let out a cold laugh. That money was mine. I saved it. I worked for it. Her face twisted. You don't even need college. And you don't need a luxury wedding. She had no response to that. Instead, she switched tactics. Mom's been crying every night. She says you broke her heart. I crossed my arms. Mom's upset she lost her free labor. Flora's face turned red. You're such a bee. I held up a hand. Don't. I don't have time for this. I walked past her, up the steps to my building. She didn't follow. A few days later, I got another message from my mother. Mom, you'll never be happy without your family. I stared at the screen for a long time. And then, for the first time since leaving, I responded. Me. I already am. Then, I blocked her number. Blocked them all. And just like that, I was free. Free to live my own life. Free to finally put myself first. And you know what? It felt amazing.